Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 9. We are Class 1A versus Class 1B. We have Bakugo, Cellophane, dude that sticks tape out of his arm. I forgot his name too, don't worry about it. Airphone Jack, she plugs in, she hears things, and Sugar Man, he gets diabetes and he's super strong. We have Jack Manus, he's the dude that looks like a rip-off Stain, but he's got Blade, so he's cool. We got Lizardy, the girl that she can split up into pieces. We have Playmo, he's Glue Man, and we got Welder. He welds things really fast, like instantly. Actually, he's so good at it that I honestly don't know why he's even here. He should just be in infrastructure. Get this dude out of here. He should not be in a hero course. Bye bye, Welder Man. Moving on. We start with Tape. Dude, he's just flying around. The enemy team is actually really scared of Bakugo, and for good reason. He will blow them up. And they have Sugar Man. He gets pretty strong. Tape Dude, he gets around. Airphone Jack, she can hear. Their team is pretty balanced. They've got a nice sense of like awareness and just straight up raw power. So it's really nice team building actually in this case. And you know, Bakugo's team is like, if they plan we're gonna lose. I don't think we should rush in. And Bakugo's like, man, you're dumb. And this is I forget who it is. It's Tape Dude and one other guy. Tape. It's pretty much the entire team actually. It's mostly Cellophane and I think it's Sugar Man. They both think that if they attack and they get caught off by an enemy plan, they're gonna get swamped. And Bakugo's like, no, that's why we should attack now and take the initiative. So Lizardy and Jack Mantis want to take the initiative too. So Early Bird gets the worm. And, Vlad plays down 1A to being carried by Shinzo in the first match, and it's pretty much just, he's saying stuff. And, the team is, the whole class is like, oh, that's biased documentary. And they start protesting him, and then Aizawa's like, bro, you guys are dumb. Are not allowed to protest. What does this accomplish? I mean, it's true. They plan better than you. They are actually doing better than you. And he shuts down his own class. That was really nice to see, actually. That contrasts very well with later on. We'll see with Bakugo. So the annoying guy, I forget his name. He comes out of nowhere and he's just, he calls them immature. Kendo chops him in the back of the neck while he's going off like he always does. All Might's looking out to see what Bakugo is doing. He's like, I'm gonna be looking out. Bakugo is like, everyone, follow me. If you get in trouble, I'll come get you and I'll save you. And we that's actually cut off. There's a little bit more to that, but that's all we know at that point. So Cellophane uh is scared of their strats, so Bakugo's like, yeah, you're dumb, so let's go in. Bakugo instantly gives them bombs. Apparently Bakugo can make bombs, and he could just give it to them, so he did. And he said, in case you need it, here you go. Bakugo sees something, he's running, he says, you'll follow me. He's like, Airphone Jack, find out. Airphone Jack plugs in, and she can't figure out what's going on, because Lizardy can actually split herself into 50 different pieces, and kind of like a lizard, I guess. And the interesting thing about it is that she can move each piece individually, which to me is really odd because she can just fly. But you know what? We're going to ignore that. It's a cool ability, I'll give it that. But in all honesty, I don't know how strong it is on its own. She's mostly one of those team type people. But you know what? This is good for her. Lizardy, she uses her ability to prevent. I'm gonna call her ears. That's what Bakugo started calling Airphone Jack. Ears, she just split into 50, and she was making noise everywhere, moving around. It really confused her, and they got cornered while Bakugo was in the air. Glue Guy bonds everything, including Tape Dudes, because Tape Dude's flying around trying to protect them. And all of a sudden, Jack Mantis just flies through, cutting off pipes, and pipes are falling down on everyone. So it falls down to Sugar Man to save everyone. He's ready, he's ready, he's ready, and oh no, Bakugo took care of it. Bakugo actually saves them. And, it really shows because the team is looking at him like, wow, he's actually just saved us, He's not just doing his thing on his own. And Bakugo's shooting off and he says, when you're all in danger, I'll save you. Bakugo gets, like, jacked pretty much. He's just like, I want a 4-0. And we need to save everyone. We're heroes. We got to do this. And that's his goal. That's what he wants to do. And it is completely uh logical for that to be a goal. He's just a bit weird in how he does it. So the annoying guy is trying to, stop his tears because he's like, wow, his personality changed so much. And Bakugo's like, really? Like, no, my personality didn't change. I am just trying to make it a little bit better. You know, he goes over that more later on. But Jack, uh, all of the enemy team retreat because right as soon as Jack gets like pummeled into a wall, they're like, "Oh crap, we just got to keep ambushing them over and over." This is what's her name? Lizardy's plan. If they keep attacking Bakugo, eventually he'll make a mistake and they'll catch him off. They want to take care of him first, if anything, sometimes. But they really don't want to fight him with the team. They don't want to fight him at all, actually, because they're afraid they'll just lose. Which is actually something to say because that means Bakugo is really scary. He belongs in 1A, apparently. So, Jack retreats. Airphone is still trying to keep tabs on them, and they're trying to run away. And she notices there's less noises. And, they're thinking, and they're following Bakugo. Or they're following Bakugo's thought process, and they're like, okay, uh, let's try to set him up. So they set Glue Guy out of there, and, you know, they, do a bait and switch pretty much. So when he's going for Glue Guy, all of a sudden, from underneath comes Welder Dude, and Welder Dude just slams Bakugo into the wall. And when I say slams, I mean he just welds his hand and his feet to the wall. Sugar Dude comes out of nowhere, breaks him out. Bakugo keeps chasing and chasing and chasing. And they play the other quote when Bakugo is saved. And it's pretty much when I'm in danger, you save me. So it's when you're in danger, I'll save you. When I'm in danger, you come save me. And you know what? Teamwork, sure. Heartbeat, sound onto Welder. Tape Dude comes out of the air as Bakugo feints him, and she just blasts him. Bakugo then smashes Palm. He's the glue dude with his blasts, and I mean, he really looks like he goes in on this guy. He does like a 360 on him, just keeps blasting him, and then Sugar Man just comes out of nowhere and captures him. Bam! Two of them are gone. And you know what? They're people are finally realizing Bakugo's not mellowing out. They're just working with him. So we're gonna move on, and Cellophane. Jack is actually attacking Cellophane, but Bakugo stops it and smashes him into the wall. And they're trying to say that being in the band helped Bakugo learn to work with other people. I mean, that's kind of stupid. I still think the whole band thing was pretty dumb. I mean, if anything, that should have been an OVA. I do not think that should have been part of the main episode. But you know what? You guys. That's why you guys are not really cared about in 1A for the most part. Except for Kirishima. Kirishima's the boss. So, Cellophane captures Jack and all of the pieces of her body. So what I'm saying is, as she's running around, he's taping her pieces down, and eventually he's like, "Wait a minute, I could attach Bakugo's bomb, and all these pieces have to go back to her because the more pieces she loses, the worse she is off, and the more her concentration is thrown off, the harder it is to use her quirk." So like I said, he attaches the bomb to it as it's going back. It nearly blows her up. She flies out, and then Bakugo just flies right behind her. It's like a horror movie. And she just turns around. She's like, "Oh crud!" He just bops up. She's out. That's it. They lost. They did it in 5 minutes. They got called perfect teamwork, and they got a thumbs up from Aizawa, which is contrast to what was going earlier with Aizawa when he's like, "You guys didn't really work as a team." And he pointed out actually that there was very minimal damage. If you notice, they didn't really use the environment to like drop anything on them. If anything, the other team broke pipes and stuff to fall on them. And I mean, they did much better as a team. Um, Quirk wise, I think they were kind of overpowered compared to the other team, but you know what? It's okay. Blade Dude or Jack was pretty cool, but I mean that's about it. He's got blades. I mean he's not as good as Stain still. So we're stuck. He pretty much they get reprimanded. They're like, "Oh, you stuck too much to the plan. You weren't flexible enough." And they have this whole, "Oh my God, we forgive you, Lizardy, for making us lose. We don't really think you made us lose." But she's taking it, and little smile at the end, whatever. All this, we're never gonna see these people again. I think if we do, well, I'm wrong. But if not, why do we care? I don't know. So pretty much, Bakugo is walking out with them, and they're like, huh, "Airphone Jack, you're like a heroine." And she's like, "Nah, I'm a hero." And then they're like, "Nah, she's more like a stray cat." And Bakugo came favoring. She's like, I'm a human." That was slightly funny. I'm not gonna lie. You know, All Might got chills. He's like, Bakugo, you did your thing, and Bakugo is pretty much trying to move so fast that Deku's not trying to catch. He doesn't want Deku to be able to catch up. In all honesty, though, it looks like Deku has surpassed him in the eyes of everybody else except for these two guys. I mean, I feel like Deku and Bakugo are some of the only people that think that Bakugo is still ahead of Deku. We have more sadness, blah blah blah. The annoying guy actually has a really nice kind of monologue where he's saying, "Our immature compatriot reflected on his actions and grew," and he's referring to Bakugo, and he's like pretty much saying, "I just don't want. I want people to understand that." The bad class that gets the attention in bad ways by doing things that are not right, and they get all this almost unwanted attention, but attention is attention, so it's just brought to them. And they were outshining almost the class that was just always hardworking, but they never caused trouble. And he's actually really calm. And at this point, he's gonna be in the next fight. It will be Emily, who is the girl with the silver here, Mines, who is the boy with the silver here, Phantom Thief, which is an annoying guy, Rule, and Shinso versus Deku, Grape Juice, Pinky, and Gravity. I mean, we know our guys, and you know what? Everybody's just going over pretty much what they're gonna do. It's pretty much just planning at this point on, and we get actually a very interesting thing about Phantom Thief's quirk. It doesn't always work apparently. He's like, I can shoot a blank, and we're like, what does that mean? And they're like, oh, it might not work. So don't plan around me. I don't want to be like the star piece. He's really actually like when you take him out of the 1A versus 1B thing, he might be a really good character, and I'm actually really excited to see what he's like. Um, I might just want to point out that they're actually scared of Deku. They're like Deku's always been pretty close to Bakugo, and if Bakugo is this good, then Deku has to be insane. So they're terrified because a lot of their quirks rely on like, well, we're gonna stay in the back and do this and just hound the enemy, versus 1A where they have Deku who can just come out of nowhere and just bash them in the face. I mean, Mina's acid, cool, gravity, she could lift things up in the air. Grape juice, he sticks to things with his balls. I mean, yeah. They make a very clear scene where like the three of them are just like, yeah, we don't have anything. Deku comes out, he gives them a speech, and they're like, oh wow, we're great now. Really quickly though, I just want to point out that they still do some shots of Mina. I don't know if you guys can catch it. I think it's at like 20 minutes and 16 seconds I have written down here, but like that was really weird. Uh, I think Mina's the new poster girl for My Hero Academia. You know, so oh well, the team has decided. Um, so that's pretty much it. Next episode, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with this fight, mostly between Phantom Thief and Midoriya. I'm actually hoping that Phantom Thief puts up an incredible fight. And everybody is just kind of pumped up for this. I mean, 1A has won. They've officially won. But 1B is like, we can still win this. It's still a personal victory. And, I am really down for that attitude. So, you know what, guys? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next time and have a great day. Peace out.